Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we have a extremely exciting mod to take a look at. Now, this is the 2022 Toyota Tundra mod by Yeah Buddy. Now, I'm going to do just a little bit of clarification real quick right here at the beginning of the video on how you guys can get your hands on this truck. Firstly, you have to be on PC because this is obviously a fully branded mod, and it's also well above the, the texture level and the detail level that would be allowed in a console mod. And secondly, this mod is a separate access from the rest of Yeah Buddy's Donator Access mods. It's a standalone premium access mod, and you can find more info about how you can get your hands on it at Yeah Buddy's Discord in the description box down below. Now, on the left side, we have the standard version, and on the right side, we have the trophy truck version, which I've already gone ahead and fully built up. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually start off in the standard version here. We're going to build it up a little bit, and then we're going to put a trailer behind it and use it to haul the trophy truck to the nearby racetrack out here on Desert Proving Grounds Stage 1. But before we do any of that, we're going to go into the garage and get this thing customized. Let's start it up. It sounds really, really good. Now, I will say, one of the things that is interesting about this is he may end up changing the sound a little bit later on down the line. I'm not sure if he will or not, because this particular sound sounds a little bit more like a V8, but as we know, this generation Toyota Tundra has moved over to a twin-turbo V6 architecture rather than a V8 architecture. Now, whether or not you're a fan of it going over to a twin-turbo V6, it definitely made a big difference in terms of the amount of power and torque it's able to deliver. I'm just curious to see what people do with that new twin-turbo V6 engine as it gets in the hands of the aftermarket later on down the road. So we're going to do the top performance engine in this one, and then we will do the highway transmission, which of course the highway transmission in this thing still has off-road gears as well, like the off-road ranges, your full low range, that's all still there. Now, suspension-wise, you have a few different options here on this one. You have stock, you have a trail setup, you have mid-coilover lift kit, and you have fifth wheel toe lift. Now, what I'm going to do is the mid-coilover lift, which is designed for bumper pull trailers. And then in terms of tires, you start out on a 35, but I'm going to go up to, I think, probably somewhere around a 37 on this one. Now, you have an enormous selection of tires. And when I say an enormous selection of tires, I mean absolutely, genuinely enormous. Everything from BFGs to Maxxis tires to Boggers to now you also have tires from Pog's tire collection as well. Now, I'm kind of back and forth on whether I'm going to do a 37 or do a 39, because 39s are an option, but I think on this particular lift, I think the 37s are probably going to be the best move. So let's just see real quick. Yeah, I think we're going to do a set of 37s. Now, which 37s remains to be seen. I think we'll do just something not too crazy. Yeah, just a nice set of like BFG MTs. Those look well balanced to the truck. Now, I will say the rear looks a little bit high right now, but that is because this setup is once again designed for hauling a pull-behind trailer. So we're going to throw the hitch on there, and we're not going to need the front weight. Trust me, we are not going to need the front weight because it shouldn't need the front weight anyway. Now, the rack, you can go ahead and throw that up top, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the move I'm going to do just yet. Now, let's see. Rear bumper, I'm going to leave that on for sure. You can do a utility bed if you would like. That's also an option for you. Roof lights, I'm back and forth on this one. I've got the rectangular light bar on the trophy truck version, so I'm going to leave that as is. And then headlight-wise, I mean, you've got actually quite a few options. You've got another light bar that you can put in the bottom of the bumper. I'm kind of back and forth about that. You can also remove that one if you would like. I mean, again, that's 100% up to you. I think we're going to do the smoked LED headlights, and then we may, I don't know if this one needs the wide fenders. I think we're going to leave the stock fenders on this one because the trophy truck version already has the wide fenders. And let's see, smoked taillights. The smoked taillights are going to look good. Yeah, those look great. Now, rear fenders, you could also go wide in the rear, but I usually only like to do that if I'm going for a 39-inch tire or something. And now that I'm seeing them, I may actually go ahead and swap them over. And then, yeah, now that I've swapped them over, I think I'm going to go back in and swap these over to the 39s. Only because I think the 39s just look really, really good on this truck. Like, they fill out these fenders just perfectly. There we go. Oh, dude, yeah, that looks sick. That looks really, really good. So now, glass-wise, we could do tinted out glass. I'm not going to go that far. Custom tube bumper, though, that looks great. That looks kind of similar to a bumper that a company called C4 Fabrication actually built for the new Tundras. And then fuel, let's see, fuel Zephyrs right here. You have kind of the gray. You also have the red. I'm back and forth on which way I want to go with these. I think I'm going to do the gray. And then colors-wise, I mean, this is the color we have on the trophy version. So I want to find something sort of in between. And I like the orange. I also really like this gold color. I think there's really a lot of colors that work for this truck. I mean, there's really very few colors that don't look good on these new Tundras, at least in my opinion. I think now white is a really good option for this truck as well, but I think, you know what? I think we might do a deep red, because we've got like a gray on the trophy version, and this one is going to get like that really deep red. So now we can go grab our trailer. Now, what the heck? I did not mean to go back into the garage. What are you doing? Why are you... You won't leave the garage. It won't select anything. All right. Are you going to work now? What the heck was that? That was weird. That was super weird. All right, well, either way, now that we're out of the garage, let's grab a trailer and throw it behind this thing and get out to the racetrack. Let's go ahead and get the trophy truck version up here on the back of the trailer. This is going to be fun. It's actually going to be quite interesting. I don't know if it's going to go right on the back of the trailer right off the bat, or if we're going to have to do something weird. But, man, this version of it looks incredible. And look at that interior. Hold on. Give me just a moment to look over this truck, because there is a lot more here than you might think. Look at this. That is wild. Custom race seats, custom interior. Look at everything in the bed. You got the dual spares, you got the coolers, literally everything you would need. Basically, everything you would need for a proper race. All right, let's go ahead and make our way up onto the trailer if we can get up there. Do you want to let me do that? Thank you. Easy. Okay, that wasn't bad. See, for whatever reason, it's fine with that. All right, that's going to be just a little bit of weight over the rear, which is fine. I'm not too worried about it. All right, so let's go ahead and swap back over to the street version. We'll pack it up. Okay, you got to admit, that looks sick. Like, having the new one in street trim and in trophy truck trim, that looks incredible. I am all about that. I had to get a photo of that. All right, so now let's go ahead and make our way on out to the racetrack and see how that trophy truck version does around the racetrack. Send it, come on. Dude, this thing's got some proper power as well. Now, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the new styling on the 3rd generation Tundra, because I know a lot of people are very all over the map about these trucks. A lot of people are very all over the map about how they feel about the twin-turbo V6 as opposed to the V8, and a lot of people are all over the place about, you know, whether or not they like the look of them. Now, as a Tundra owner myself, I actually really like the front end. Now, I don't own one of these, but I own the previous generation before this, and honestly, I even though I love my truck, I would still go back and forth on whether or not I prefer my truck's body style. I don't think this one looks bad at all. Like, I actually really like the way the new one looks. Can you, like, not get stuck on that rock, please? Don't you love when, like, random rocks are in the middle of the road? Even if it is a dirt road, it's still, like, kind of one of those things where you're like, could you just not be there right now? Uh-oh, come on. Whoa! Yep, it's going off. Yep, okay. Let's get you back up onto the trailer and pretend like that never happened. Because it never did, right? None of you guys remember that happening, right? So it's fine. It's literally a-okay. It's all good. All right, swapping back over to the main Tundra. Let's go ahead and get you on out to the racetrack. We're almost there. See, that's the thing, is that, like, 9 times out of 10 when I flip things over in SnowRunner, it's, like, right when I'm around the corner from where I'm actually trying to go in the first place. All right, let's go ahead and get you right out here to the start line. God, I cannot stop looking at this setup. This setup is so cool looking. And I think, honestly, the biggest draw of this whole setup for me is, like, how cool it would be to be able to have, you know, the street version of one of these trucks and also have the trophy version of one of these trucks. Like, that's just, like, that's a peak, you know what I mean? That there's something about that just seems like, it's like, oh, dude, that's peak truck ownership at that point. Oh my god, I love the way these things look. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this thing up. And we'll go ahead and get you unstrapped from the trailer and everything. All right, and now it's time to turn a lap in the... I said it's time to turn a lap in the trophy truck. Now, I genuinely thought I had it in reverse there. I legitimately did. I thought I had it in reverse. I thought I was good to go. But no! All right, I know that this thing can put in a gold time. I just don't know... I don't know how it's gonna go. If we stay focused, though, I'm sure it'll do a less than 2-minute lap. 3, 2, 1, send it! Come on! It definitely gets out of the hole quick. Bro, look at that travel on this thing, too. Jeez, that is gnarly. And the way it loads up in a corner, okay, this thing is already driving like one of my favorite vehicles that I have ever taken around this course. Look how consistent it is. This is potentially the best race truck I've ever actually driven. This is insane. Wow. Dude, I am blown away already by how this truck drives. I mean, I'm gonna lock it in high just to get up the hill just so I can maintain that momentum, but wow. And like, the way it absorbs those landings and those impacts, I can't think of any other truck off the top of my head. Even like, you know, even another truck by Yeah Buddy. Now, granted, you know, a lot of his race trucks drive very similar to this. They're very refined, they're very fast, but this one just feels like it's another level up from any of the trucks that he's done so far. And maybe it's because I'm all about this particular truck right now. Like, maybe it's because I just love this truck. But even then, like, I genuinely, like, I'm comparing it, in my head, I'm comparing it to the experience of driving Yeah Buddy's other trucks. And while they are incredible to drive, this one just feels smoother, it feels more consistent, and it just feels, it frankly feels so incredibly predictable. I mean, look at that. That is incredibly smooth. Last few corners to do. Almost there. Throwing it in. A little bit of a rotation from the back end of the truck, but not much. Super easy to slide. Super easy to control. Up and over the top of this hill. Oh, dude. And the landing is perfect. It genuinely feels like he tuned it for this track. I would be very surprised if, like, he tuned it somewhere other than this track. Yeah, that's incredible. That was awesome. Although it's weird, it didn't show us our time. Will it show us our time if we go back? Because I really want to know what our time was. 0-0. Well, I guess I'll have to check it in the edit then. All right, well, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.